Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to Unit Lost. I am Stylosa and welcome back to OverAnalyzed. Now, we're going to start changing the way OverAnalyzed is made. What we're going to do now is step this up a level. We're going to deep dive. We're going to really drill down. It's getting rather dirty, this is now. But what we're going to do is break this down and go to the next level, guys, because I think based off the millions of views that we've had across all of the previous OverAnalyzed, people have got the message about positioning and all of that stuff. So I'm going to start assuming now that people generally understand the very, very basic concepts. So what we're going to do is step this up, and we're going to look at why you're stuck at these ranks, why these players cannot progress. And what we're going to do today is look at a Mercy player, and this is a 66, I think. I was just reading what he put on the screen. 2666? Yeah, 2666 rated Mercy player. Now, there's probably going to be a lot of issues with this. What I'm predicting is going to happen is the resurrection is not going to be used correctly. What Mercy players tend to do is they have a major over-reliance on the resurrection, because they wait for the 4-man res. They wait for the big, massive play of the game res. Yes, it works in lower levels, because bringing back the entire team after everybody's died is awesome, because generally the opposing team will blow all of their ultimates to do it. As you start getting better at the game, though, the opposing team will not blow all of their ultimates. They will wait. A cheeky Reinhardt will wait for the res. When the res comes in, he drops the earth shatter and everybody gets killed again. The soldier will wait with his tac visor for the res and then just clean up. People get much cleverer, so you can't just go in and look for this massive multiplayer res. What you have to do is be more tuned into when actually just resing one person can be a major advantage. Now, a lot of Mercy play depends on your positioning, sure, who you're damage boosting, who you're healing, and knowing what your team are going to do. So knowing what your team ultimates, what ultimates your team have available, and what your team comp is, and will your Mercy work in this team comp. Now, this team comp we've got here is kind of like, let's just pause it. It's not set in stone here. It's a bit of a weird team comp, right? So we've got Mercy. Obviously, that's you. We've got Zen. That's cool. We've got a Reinhardt with a Bastion, which are probably going to sit on the payload. Then we've got a Soldier 76, and then we've got a Winston. I think that's the Winston there. So this is kind of like, yeah, it's a bit weird in a way, because the Winston you would probably take with more of a dive comp orientated team. So a team that's got one purpose, just to dive into the enemy backline. This is sort of got a bit of dive and a bit of tanky, but it can still work. You know, it's Winston and Reinhardt. It's still a pretty good combo anyway. But let's crack on with this and let's see what happens. So we're expecting the Bastion to set up onto the payload. Also, we should talk about line of sight in the Mercy beam. You can keep the Mercy beam active for a few seconds while you don't have line of sight. So you can attach the beam. I mean, this Bastion is playing really bad. But yeah, you can attach the beam, and then you can just move into a very safe position where you can't be hit. But this Bastion should be on the payload, really. I mean, that's very basic Bastion tactics, but whatever. Alright, so we're 2 players down now. We're still trying to top up people. We're trying to play safe. You're not active on the voice comms. You know, like I said, voice comms are... I like people to use voice comms. But I don't want polluted voice comms. I don't want people constantly talking. Like this Winston, I'll just pause it for a second. This Winston player is way too active on the voice comms already. I presume he's just going to spam voice constantly. I don't like these kind of players, because what they're doing is they're telling you their entire like personal story in the game. Oh, I've just done this, I've just done that. Oh, I can't believe it, this guy just killed me. But if I managed to get out of position, if I did this and I did that, then I wouldn't have died. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. You've died. That's all people care about. You've got to be a bit more concise with the comms, right? So in terms of like the Mercy comms, what I want you to be doing is telling people when you're going to res, and I want you to be, you know, just trying to coordinate the team in basic ways, like come back, guys, come back to me, etc. All right, so we're going for a high ground push here. This Torbjorn, there's a soldier way out of position there. He should get killed. I'm not really seeing too many issues right now with the way you're healing and damage boosting as such, which you generally don't see. Like you don't generally see at this level at Platinum a Mercy that does not know how to heal or damage boost. I think that's pretty like set in stone. They know how to do that, but it's the resurrection which is the major issue. Oh, there will be some ways we can refine this. Like we should get up there and help the Winston, yeah. And we're going in to help the Winston. We're giving him the heal. We failed there, which kind of wasn't too great, but we managed to bail ourselves out. Now we're getting into a position which is not great. We need to get back with our team, yeah. Just stay with the Winston, get back in with the team, and that's alright, so that's cool. Because you got to remember, Mercy is actually quite durable. Like, Mercy, yeah, she can get, you know, killed pretty quick, but she can take damage, and then I think it's 2 seconds of non-damage or 3 seconds of not taking damage, and she'll start regenerating her own health, which makes her really, really durable, especially when you use Guardian Angel to fly all over the place. So here, this is good positioning, because what you're doing is taking up a position where you can damage boost this Bastion and just walk forward. What we're looking at now, though, what we've really got to look forward now, you have, right, this is this is probably going to be an absolutely ideal situation to explain what I was trying to explain in the spawn. Use of this ability. This is a game-winning ability. This is a fight-winning ability. This is a very, very strong ability. Mercies, though, are way too reliant on just waiting for a massive res. Do not do that. We look at this kill feed, right? We have just lost the Winston. Winston is a key component of this team, right? Losing this Winston is not great. Why don't we use res to bring Winston back? I would res Winston because look at this, right? We've killed their Ana, we've demeched their Diva. So we're 2 up basically, and we're 1 down, and then suddenly we bring this back. Well, then we're 2 up again. That's very strong. Let's see what happens because I doubt it happens. In fact, I'm pretty sure it won't happen. I can probably bet my life on it won't happen. Please don't happen.
Reinhardt above you.
So we've lost another guy.
Oh, wow.
We're still not resing. Like, okay, whatever. Let's.
Just let them use their ults.
Now there's 2 dead. What we're gonna do? We're gonna die.
Just fucking early peeking.
This push would not have failed if you'd used the res. Soldier did use his tac visor.
Premature ejaculation.
I can hear your Winston premature ejaculation. I can hear your Winston going on about, oh, just let them use their ults. The thing is, though, if you pop the res on the Winston, that Winston could have dived onto the soldier, shut the soldier down. Yeah, it's relying on the Winston doing his job, but, you know, you would have done your job. So the fact is we've still got Resurrection, which is an ultimate, which is very, very fast to charge. Don't be worried about using Resurrect and, like, okay, I've used it in a bad place, I don't know what we're going to do. It's alright, you'll probably get another res. Don't worry about using them anyway. You have to use the ultimates to get used to using them. So this is... Okay, we're going to start doing damage to a turret, which... You know, was that an optimal thing to be doing there? No. No, it really wasn't. Mercy should always be healing the team. Above everything else, then damage boosting, then pulling out the pistol to do damage. You need to keep your team alive.
Wherever I turn, there's someone there.
Yeah, these. Alright, so I was. You could probably say this is a little bit harsh towards this Winston, but he's annoying me now because he's just talking crap all over the microphone. And it's okay, you can say, yeah, this is like morale building, it's nice to have a guy like this on the team, but he's just spamming crap into the chat. We don't care. We literally don't care. Anyway, you've brought up the score screen here, and this is interesting because it's basically the first time you've done it, or well, one of the first times I've caught it. So you know you've got your res. Now we know Bastion's got his ultimate, we know Winston's got his, and we know Reinhardt's got his. So what are we looking to do? Damage boost the Bastion, probably? I mean, damage boosting the Soldier when he's got his ult is strong as well. Damage boosting the Winston and the Reinhardt, probably not the best. So, really, in terms of what you're looking to damage boost here, you could just pocket the Soldier and move around with him, or pocket the Bastion in Sentry mode. But this Bastion seems a little bit suspect in his play. But whatever, let's see what happens. So, we've got res now. We're all being pushed back, which is okay. This is where, like, Winston is actually saying the right thing here. Let's push back, like, come back, regroup. You should say this, right? You can see this happening in front of you. You're the Mercy player. You're in the back lines, right? Your positioning is generally okay. You're not on the front lines getting instantly killed. You're in a position where you can sort of direct the play almost. We've lost our Zen, though, which is not great, so we need to wait for this to come back. So I'm going to pause again here because this is more than just like a Mercy issue. This is a team problem. We've got a dead player here and we're going to continue a push. That's not clever. You need an entire team to push. You don't just go in with a man down because the enemy have got the advantage straight away. So anybody watching in lower levels, do not push without the entire team. This Bastion should set up. Right, he's tank moding, damage boosting. Yeah, that's good. That's probably the only time there you use line of sight, albeit briefly, to hide yourself. And then we died. The question is, should we really have died there? Could we have again used res? Now, I don't think there was exactly a fast opportunity to use res to bring back maybe 1 or 2 people there. The big res, though, could have come into play there. But you got shut down by the Diva. You let the Diva shut you down. You know. But then again, you could say you were abandoned and the Bastion didn't protect you. So who knows? Now we don't really want to be doing this. We don't want to be poking. We don't want to poke. What is the point of poking with Mercy here? We've got res. Right, so we've lost Soldier straight away. Sorry, we've lost Farah straight away. And then we've lost another guy. Yes, I was going to say, do it. Although, I just heard Torbjorn use his ultimate, right? So what we're doing here is we've lost 2 guys. We've actually, I think, who the hell, Reinhardt just killed somebody, hasn't he? Oh, Reinhardt's killed their Reinhardt, just as you resed. I don't think you would have been able to have seen that. You've just resed because there was 2 men down. Now, honest question to you, was this a frustration res? Did you just go, I'm going to res this because I'm getting bored of being stuck in this choke? It's actually a good res, but I heard Torble, so Torb might be able to clean this up. We'll have to see. Alright, so we've lost a guy off the back of that. That's fine. We've got Farah over there. I mean, obviously now we've got the pharmacy combo, so this should be something you're focusing on. Damage boosting Soldier. Yeah, he's doing work with tac visor. That's cool. the Farah. Save the Farah. You can see it. You can see that health mark in the middle of the screen. Save the Farah. Save the Farah. Good.
Heals, please.
And now you've got the pharmacy combo. So let's start working with it. Let's start working with the Farah. You've got to tell the Farah, right, Farah, I'm coming with you. I'm going to look after you. It's going to do loads of work. The Farah's been killed because you've left it behind. We're going to get pushed back here because we've just lost 2 people. Well, this is bad positioning. You know it's bad. You shouldn't be there. Back up. Mercy on the front line. Stupid. You should literally never be on the front line unless you're going to use your res. This Zen ultimate is very questionable because we're men down. And I don't think it really achieved anything, but that's cool. Now what we've got here is... Okay, this position's good because we're hidden. We are healing. Now what I'd be looking to do, I'm going to pause now, right? Now what I'd be looking to do is use my res. Use my goddamn res. We've just lost our Reinhardt. Look at this, right? We have just killed 2 of theirs, and then we've just lost 1. This is what makes the Mercy players better. And this might sound like I'm slightly frustrated with Mercy players, because where I play the game, you will get Mercy 1 tricks who get all the way to the highest levels, just doing massive team reses, right? They hide, they come in for a big res, that's great. But you can't do that once you start getting into high master and above. You have to be able to understand when to do the fast reses. Just bring back 1 person, bring back 2 person. This here is a res. I would res this 100%. Bring back like 100% res. I hope it's clear and you understand why I would res, because you have Reinhardt back in the fight, right? It would be so powerful. Because if we get pushed back now, I'm going to say it's your fault. But it looks like the rest of the team are doing okay. We've got 2 more frags there. Killed the turret. We should have actually sorted out their healing there on the Zen, but whatever.
We won this one.
It's very like this is a very risky fight. We've won it because they're not on the payload, but that could have been much more simpler if you just used your res. You're holding on to the res way too long, and you need to use it more often, basically. And we need to start comboing with this Farah that we've got because it's such a powerful combination. At this level, the enemy hit scan, so your soldiers and your McCrees, you can just totally abuse them because they cannot aim to save their life a lot of the time, and they cannot shoot down the Farah. If the Farah gets hit and you're healing, it's great. Again, we're in a situation here where we could maybe res. I mean, it's iffy. I wouldn't res here because they're using attack visors into us and all kinds of stuff. But like the point is there, right? Try not to just focus on massive reses. We've kept this res for way too long. And tell the team guys we need to regroup before we go in now.
Soldier hide one.
Like, don't just let somebody else on the team take control. You know, it's your destiny. You know what I mean? You've got to make sure you win, because you might not have an in-game leader like the Winston or whatever. Although I think the Winston talks too much, but at least he's talking, and the Reinhardt's doing work as well. Okay.
Okay, watch out.
Right, let's start. Come on, let's start comboing with the Farah. Heal the Zen. Another issue as well is I would look at maybe sorting out your what's it called? The thing which the auto lock-on thing, the sensitivity of it in the options, because it looks like sometimes you're healing people you don't actually want to be healing. So maybe you could mess with that just to refine it. Okay, I'm stopping again because this is a res again. Like, we've just lost Farah, primary damage leader on the team. Res, just res the Farah. Like, if we had the Farah in the fight now, right? We have. I don't know why we delayed there, but we've lost the Zen. We should have done it much earlier, much earlier. That was way too much of a delay there. I get the feeling that you just res because you think, oh no, I'm going to die, so I'm going to res. Or, oh no, I'm bored of being stuck in this choke, so I'm going to res. It was totally the right thing to do to res around that point. You should have done it a bit earlier because it keeps the momentum going. This is what I'm trying to stress to you guys who are watching this video who play Mercy, right? Your ultimate is frigging amazing. It keeps the momentum of an attack going, right? You will mess it up sometimes, right? If you've got an attack that goes in 6v6, right? You lose 2 guys straight away, and you res them back, right? Suddenly, the enemy have got to kill you again, and the enemy have used abilities to kill you, yeah? If it's just a Soldier 76, maybe he's used his Helix rocket, so he doesn't have that for these guys who have just been brought back into the fight. It keeps the momentum going, and if they use ultimates to initiate, you lose a few people, then you res, then you've wiped out that ultimate. Just waiting for the massive super clutch res, like, wow, Mercy, it's so great. I'm sure we'll see it in this video. I'm sure we will see it in this video where you will do a massive 4-man res and the team will be like, oh, it's the greatest thing ever. Yeah, it is, but it will not make you a better Mercy player if that's all you focus on are these massive reses, right? So let's see what the team are talking about, and let's look at the team comp, which they haven't decided yet. Okay.
Alright, let's try this then.
Oh. Okay, I guess you just restarted the recording there. Is that Reinhardt sounds amazing in German? What? All right, okay, let's check this out. So, team build-wise, doesn't look too bad. We've got Mercy as a solo healer. I don't like that, because Mercy can't really output the healing required to... Well, she can, but she has to be there healing the person, whereas like an Anna, for example, can do this while she's not in danger. She can heal him, and all of these guys while not standing next to them. Mercy can't. But it doesn't matter. You're a Mercy player, that's cool. But just bear that in mind. Hanzo, all right, if Hanzo gets kills, that's fine. Symmetra can be okay. I mean, below here, below the bridge, this is sort of like the car wash area. Well, it's even called the car wash. She can put turrets in and around there, and that could be cool. Soldier 76, always good for damage. Zarya, yeah, she's fine. And Reinhardt, okay, right? Okay. But what I've got a problem with is the actual position of the team here. Where Zarya is kind of where I'd like you to be. You see where she's standing up on the boxes? Because that's a nice place, especially for Reinhardt to go. But it looks like Reinhardt just wants to stand here, which is cool.
But wait, somebody had as the profile.
This maybe work.
Swiss flag.
Maybe will not work.
I don't know what he's going to try and do, ladies and gentlemen, but you know what I like Mercy to do? Damage boost the soldier at the start of the game here so he can Helix rocket in and get a ton of ultimate charge. You're doing nothing. You are absolutely doing nothing right now. Damage boost him, yeah. Right, so Hanzo's managed to get a kill. That's fine. You see that soldier? Yeah, Hanzo's killed himself. So basically, that's just really poor play of Hanzo. He's killed somebody and he's killed himself. He's way too advanced. He's stupid. The soldier's not really using the Reinhardt barrier as well, which is like silly. Oh, but he managed to get a kill. Killed the Widow. That's cool. So you're positioning okay here, like you're taking a position. What's the Mercy doing in here?
Oh shit. Okay, let's go top point. Let's go.
Now, I get you want to get the pistol out, and it's fine, right? The Mercy pistol can do quite a bit of damage. But just continuing to damage boost the soldier, have faith in your DPS, let them kill the targets, right? The team need to get back here. They're in a really bad position. That Reinhardt is like... This is crazy. I don't think you're telling your team enough what's going on. There is voice comms, but they are quite low in the background compared to the game's audio, and obviously I'm talking over them quite a lot. We've been wrecked here, like totally wrecked. The positioning was bad, the team were all over the place, there wasn't really any kind of plan, and yeah. Luckily we've got a teleport so we can get back a little bit quicker, albeit, I don't know if we can test this because there's a bastion on it. This is good. This is good. Yeah. Finally, you're abusing line of sight. I don't really want to use the word abuse because it's like it makes it sound like you're taking advantage of the game's mechanics. But this is part of Mercy's design. Look, you can still heal for up to I think it's 2 or 3 seconds when you lose line of sight on the target you've attached to with the beam. You can abuse that because you can damage boost people and hide. It's awesome. You can heal people and hide. You've done a good job here though, jumping around and topping up the team and all of that stuff. We need to fix that Zarya.
Oh my God,
we knew she had to be fixed there.
I want to change to Winston, but I've almost got...
Alright, fair enough. I don't know what she was doing there, fair enough. It was right to pull out the pistol and kill her.
Literally, if we all focus him, he'll die. So it's just leave him alone.
Heal, yeah, heal and damage boost the soldier.
In the back side.
Alright, awesome. Now, again, there could have been an opportunity possibly to res there. It doesn't look like the enemy are putting too much pressure on us. We almost got Reinhardt charged. But what was happening is, we could have brought a person back there just to bulk our defense, but it's okay and we're fine. Because like I said, I'm just waiting for your whole team to get killed and then you to res and it wins the game. Because it's such a fallacy, because it makes Mercy players think, oh, you know what, I'm just going to wait for the massive money res. But you can't do that. It's the main point of this video is me been trying to stress how important it is to know when you need to res 1 or 2 people instead of just massive reses. Alright, damage boost in the Symmetra actually is quite powerful if they walk into her. But, yeah, don't bet on that. That's actually quite nice, catching the damage boost there on the dragon. We've got the Diva Bomb going into the background, that's fine. I think as well, like, yeah, you're kind of doing it now, which is fairly decent. So you were damage boosting a target behind you, and you turned around to get a better picture of what's going on. Get into the habit of doing that more often. You don't have to look at who you're healing or who you're damage boosting. Like, you can just heal them. Like, you don't have to be looking at them. Use it. When line of sight is broken, yeah, the beam will get broken. So when they like run through the wall and all of that stuff, it will get broke. But you've still got that 2 or 3 seconds where you can keep the beam attached, like there. You see there, you were still damage boosting the soldier, even though you were behind a massive wall and you were literally had no chance of being killed. Yeah, it's not a permanent damage boost, obviously, because it's going to break the beam. We need to get this. All right, this is bad. Hanzo, come back, so I can heal you. Hanzo, come back. That's what you should say. If this Hanzo dies now, it's your fault.
They're kind of staggered.
Why are we not looking at what's going on? And now we're dead.
Oh, all the ults.
Preston. Oh my god.
He was getting pocketed and he's fucking nano boosted. That was
So-
crazy.
Why wasn't Mercy hiding for the res?
Oh, God. Why was Mercy hiding for the res? Okay, let's just talk about what happened there. Because the Hanzo, who was on high ground, you should have told him to come back, jumped up to the Hanzo, yeah, with Guardian Angel, started to heal him. They come in and drop all their ults. You turn around and res. Point saved. But you died. Because you didn't shout for him to come back. They all came through and they killed you. You could say this is probably harsh of me to say things like that, but it's not really. Because little things make massive differences in Overwatch games. That guy moaning like, where's the Mercy res? He's an idiot. Like, people always say stuff like that. Where's the Mercy res? Oh, Mercy, where was the res? Sometimes the Mercy gets killed. It's just res. Yeah, that's good. Sometimes the Mercy will get killed and it's fine. It's like, well, whatever. So we didn't actually get a money res. Well, it might not actually be over yet. Who knows?
Mercy hide. Mercy hide and res.
She used the Fuck.
That's unlucky.
Just die. Fuck it.
They have only one tank. Come on, guys.
Okay, that's unlucky. That res was, in my opinion, was fine. It's overtime. You want every little advantage you can get, and you've res to bring somebody back. It's fine. Ignore this Symmetra. Doesn't know what they're talking about. All they want is the massive res, but it's stupid. Because if they killed your whole team there, they're going to push the payload. You need to keep it contested. That was perfectly the right thing to do. It didn't work out, but it will work out with better players on your team because they won't die. They'll be like, oh, I've been res, and they'll carry on doing their job. It'll make you a much better Mercy player as well. Damage boosting him while he's using his ultimate is awesome as well. You've done that a few times, so awesome job on that.
Oh my god.
Looks like your Soldier's doing work. Your Winston needs healing, but is he going to come back?
Soldier, spam the
Okay,
best,
nice.
spam the best.
See, so you're really good. Like, you're good with your healing, your damage boosting, your positioning generally. I want you to abuse line of sight more, though. Like here, you see, like, you cannot literally be hit there. This is fine as well, pushing them forward, but then maybe say, come back, guys. Yeah, like the Winston's actually saying it. Now we've got our res. Now this is the time where we could wait for the big money cash reses, right? Maybe not just yet, because they've got possibly 2 attacks left in them. They've got a minute and 20 seconds. You could hide somewhere, like in the shuttle, let the enemy come through, blow all their ultimates, because they will. Now I can guarantee you at the very end of a game, they will save their ultimates and blow them all together, hoping to win. If that's the case, you can hide for the big res in that example. But I just don't want Mercy players to be too fixated on that, because it's a little bit, like I said, it's like a fallacy. It's like a false economy. You don't want to be too focused on massive reses. Sometimes it can work though. Alright, so now we've got them coming through strong. It looks like you're hiding, waiting for the res. Which is okay, but you don't really need to hide to this extent, do you? Because there's like a lot of safe positions down there where you could be damage boosting, where you could be healing.
Soldier,
I'll jump.
They just nano boost
Good positioning, great positioning, great positioning. Nerf das! It takes me back to when I was at Gamescom. Nerf das! See, okay, we can res that. Yes, come on. So you do it. I do like this. You are doing the mini reses. We've got a damage boosted soldier hiding the bubble. That's cool. Yeah. Also, in these videos, I'm trying to get away a little bit from just like saying do this, do that, because obviously it's hard. You know, this is pre-recorded gameplay footage. We need more tactical advice, really, than just, yeah, go forward and do this now. And then if you do it, I'm like, yeah, nice one, because obviously it's pre-recorded. Okay, it looks like we've won. It looks like we've absolutely won here. We've got 3 kills. There's no way they can get back ready to contest this. We're going around healing. We're topping everybody up.
Easy win, boys.
Everybody thinks they're Korean pro gamers shouting, nice ooh!
Deutsch power.
Match Abagalaska Skyland.
Nah,
That's not what that said at all, is it?
Swiss Deutsch power.
Yeah, I can agree on that.
Okay. Sieg! Yes, I just wanted to see that. Right, let's pause this. Let's talk about what just happened. So, good Mercy play overall. But why are you in Platinum? Because you're way too hesitant with your resurrections. As the game went on, though, you actually got a little bit more trigger happy on res, and you were bringing people back. When they capped the first point there on attack, and you resed the single target, that was a great res. It was unfortunate that it didn't work. It was a great res because that was a do or die fight. If you'd waited for the big, massive team-wide res, the 4-man, the 5-man, whatever, they might have actually capped the point while you waited for that. However, there are times, like at the end of the game, where you could have hidden yourself in preparation for their big attack, which you kind of did do. And their attack wasn't great. Like, this is where you've got to be a bit more flexible, because you see that the tank mode Bastion came through the door. It's like, all right, tank mode Bastion is coming through kind of on his own. Yeah, there's bits and pieces. There's a lot of stuff you can hide behind. You didn't necessarily have to run totally away from the fight, because if they came in like really hard, maybe they could have taken out a lot of your team before you actually managed to get the resin because you were so far away. I don't know. Overall, though, I don't like the way you get your pistol out and start firing at things when you should be healing them. Mercy, I mean, the only time you really used it successfully was when you killed the Widowmaker. If you're in a 1v1 situation, yeah, get your pistol out and start shooting them. That Widow was in a bad position and you made her pay for it, which is awesome. When you were killing the Torbjorn turret in the first half was not great, because you should have been healing the Winston, but instead you were firing at Torbjorn turret, and then the Diva noticed you, came up and killed you, which was not great. So yeah, there is a lot here that you need to work on. Positioning is generally fine. I want you to abuse line of sight more. Because this is what I want Mercy players to do when they're in games with me. I want you to do fast reses, 1-man, 2-man reses to keep pushes going. If you lose critical people, like a DPS, like a tank, that's essential to the push. Res, bring them back and carry on with it. Don't wait for massive money reses. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been Stylosa from This Is Unit Lost, and this has been OverAnalyzed, a new type of OverAnalyzed format. I want you guys to let me know what you think about this in the video comments below, because we're going to step away now from doing more of the basic stuff and go into a little bit more advanced stuff. Obviously, it will start stepping up as we go through the tiers and as we go through the heroes. What I would like to do is every time I come back and revisit a hero is go a little bit more deeper. If you compare this Mercy one to the previous Mercy one we did, this is a little bit more deeper. Alright guys, I've been Stylosa, This Is Unit Lost. You can follow me on Twitter, which is @UnitLostGaming. You can join the Discord as well, which is discord.gg/Unit Lost. And if you'd like to send a video in for the series, then follow the instructions that have been on the screen. I'll catch you next time, guys. Toodaloo.